Hello everyone, welcome to the Esoteric Empire. So today I have a message / download that I received recently, and it basically gave me understanding or overstanding of why people fear Saturn as a planet, as an energetic force. But coming to this conclusion also helped me to understand why certain people are afraid of certain people who have certain frequencies that may be activated or lie dormant within them. Coming to this conclusion, I also realized how this all connects to Satan and the idea or the connotation put behind that energy. To play devil's advocate within this topic, which I think would be fitting, I want you to look at this connection that I've made without any bias to religion, without any bias to good or bad, and just look at it as someone who is outside of this dimension, just observing how certain frequencies down here, aka humans, do and understand things. So I'm going to break this down. In astrology, Saturn is the equivalent of the elder masculine figure. Now, this elder masculine figure has wisdom. He's been here for a very long time. He's experienced things, good and bad. He's seen things evolve. He's seen changes. He understands how time can affect and how it can accelerate. He's seen how time can heal. He's seen how challenges that you experience can be so daunting in the moment. And he's seen that years later, decades later, it may or may not affect you, but most of the time you don't even remember that you had that specific challenge. And so what I'm saying is, Saturn is the equivalent of someone who finds it hard to sugarcoat things or take it easy on someone, because it knows how life can be. It knows that life doesn't always play fair. It knows that people are not always fair. It knows that in order to succeed and get ahead, you must keep moving. You must keep challenging yourself to max out, if you will, your progression that you are at currently. So naturally, Saturn embodies tough love. Now also with Saturn, you must understand that Saturn also deems and controls rewards after struggle, after challenges. Alchemically, if we're talking about alchemy, it understands how you go from one material that is in its lesser form, from copper to gold, or from plastic to gold, for example. Not literally, but it understands the work that has to be done to make that happen. It takes a lot of work to make things like that happen. And so naturally, Saturn values worth ethic. It values adversity and thriving through struggle, coming out of struggle. Because all of these things that we're talking about involve time. Time is the one thing that is consistent. And what's funny is time is not a real concept. But throughout going through something for a while, or working through something for a while, or even a short amount of time, things will change. And so in astrology, or just in history, people have feared Saturn because Saturn reminds you of your responsibilities, of your accountability, of your ability to be able to do things and respond maturely. Because with time comes maturity as well, wisdom, age. And so a lot of people fear Satan, Saturn, if you will, because it forces you to be aware. Saturn itself is not the planet where you can slack off and see results. It's not the planet of luck. It's not necessarily the planet of smiling, happy-go-lucky. Not to say that you can't get rewards, but this planet focuses purely on work, change, struggles, past, future. What are you doing now? And so, if you have, everyone has Saturn in their chart. If you have Capricorn or Saturn, heavily aspected, or if this is a heavy placement within your chart, you will have, more struggles than maybe the average person, depending on your chart. You may have some things that help out your Saturn as well, or it may be placed in a very comfortable position, meaning that you'll go through struggles like everyone else, but you also will see the benefits right along with that. And in tarot, the Capricorn zodiac, the card that matches that is the devil. Why is that? Why would one sign be deemed as the devil? Why would one sign that is in correlation with, if you want to take it into religion, Capricorn is the equivalent of what Jesus would have been, a Capricorn. So many people who are revolutionaries were Capricorns. But what these people have in common, such as Muhammad Ali, what these people have in common, they are demonized as villains or people who went against the grain. But what also is a common thread with certain people, you can look this up yourself, different Capricorn sun signs or people who have heavy Capricorn in their chart or Saturn in their chart, they're trailblazers usually. They start something new, but they do this with structure. So the duality with this is they have the ability to change something completely new, or to start a new trend, or to start a new way of thinking or a perspective. But they do this by having consistent structure within themselves. And that's that, with time you get better at something, with time you progress, with time you change, you evolve, wisdom, maturity. That's Saturn. Now, the struggles and the challenges that I spoke of earlier are connected to going against the grain. People with these placements or heavy Capricorn charts tend to thrive in environments that have structure and some sort of hierarchy of authority. If they know their part, they want to play it. Eventually, they do want to rise up to the top, because that's that devilish energy. That's that I want to be the best. That's that competition, the knowing that you're capable of more in a world where they tell you you can only go so far. So when you look at it from a good versus evil or religious aspect, that is satanic. You're only supposed to go so far with knowledge. You're only supposed to go so far with your abilities. You're not even supposed to ask questions in some religions. So imagine being the person who has this energy of knowing how time is valuable, knowing that they want to be the best, do the best, become the greatest, and then being told, no, that's not your position. So naturally, it brings out this satanic energy of, I'm going to go and do what I want to do. That goes into fallen angels. It goes into not following orders. It goes into being a rebel. All of these things, right, that are so-called evil. I'm not saying that everyone who is a rebel is good, but what I am saying is there's a very consistent trend or theme within history, within spirituality, of those who wanted more, knew they could have more. Not necessarily materialistically, but I mean in all aspects. Wanting more information, for example, or wanting to know more, just in general. These people are demonized, or these entities are shown as left pathers. Even for me, I'm left-handed, and to this day, I still have people that look at me like, you're left-handed? Yeah. And so, even that in itself is deemed as evil because it's different. It's out of the norm. And that's something that you don't necessarily choose to be, left-handed. You just do it. And so having Saturn energy, which also sounds like Satan, I'm just throwing that out there. I think there's a correlation with that. It is seen as evil because it challenges you. It pushes the norm. Anywhere that you have Saturn in your chart is going to make you uncomfortable. But also wherever you have Saturn, that's where you'll see a lot of abundance if you challenge yourself and if you take the time to work out those issues. Saturn also deals with karma. Do you see how all of these so-called bad or negative things are associated with Saturn? This is what I'm saying. Within everything, there has to be a bad and a good guy. I challenge you to, I said challenge again. I challenge you to look and see where Saturn is within your chart. Look and see where Capricorn is within your natal chart. And see what you've been struggling with, and see maybe what you can do to go against your norm if you are not seeing success. What can you do to challenge that? I'm not saying go and be a devil. What I'm saying is challenge what you already have been doing that has not been working and see how far it'll take you. Now, the reason it is considered devilish or satanic is because you're going against what you have been taught. So, once again, wherever you're trying to see change in your life, wherever you're trying to see movement, wherever you're trying to see abundance also, find that aspect of your life, work consistently to change it. It takes time. Learn, become more wise, and see what you get from it. Now, I know this video was kind of all over the place, but I just kind of wanted to get you to connect certain dots for yourself and get you to see the patterns of how certain people, even certain races, can be demonized. When everything has its place, everything has its reason, everything is everything for a reason. I'm sure there's more I'll have to say on this topic as I learn and as I progress and as I think about the situation more. But for now, I believe that's all. Thank you so much for allowing me to ramble about Saturn and its connection to evil and challenges and all of that. If you would like to see more videos like this, please check out the Food for Thought playlist on my channel. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you're notified whenever I upload these type of videos. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.